Hello and welcome. My name's Angie Holden and I'm the blogger behind The Country Chic Cottage. Today we're going to talk about sublimation puzzles and how to do them. I'm going to walk you through making this puzzle I have in my hand, and I'm going to talk about some tips and tricks if you're having issues with your sublimation puzzles. I'll talk about tips and tricks for you to watch out for on your sublimation projects in general, but especially these sublimation puzzles. Now I'm going to use these rectangular ones. So they come looking something like this, and then you sublimate them, and then you can break them apart into their little individual pieces. So they do break apart, but you sublimate them as one piece. Now I'm using the rectangle as an example, and it's like a 5x7-ish rectangle. They make these in all kinds of sizes. I've seen some that are very large. I've seen different shapes. So whatever sublimation puzzle you have, these same processes would apply. Now, if you're doing a sublimation puzzle that is larger than your heat press, I would recommend putting it on some type of board so that when you move it to do different presses within your heat press, that you don't disturb or move the puzzle itself. So I would recommend that, but otherwise you can do whatever size sublimation puzzle you would like. So let's take a look first of all at the supplies we're going to use. The supplies you're going to need are as follows: heat-resistant gloves, heat-resistant tape, your sublimation puzzle. Now these come in a wide variety of shapes, sizes. This is the one I'm going to use as an example. Most of them are cardboard, but they even come in versions that are like felt. Heat-resistant mat, protective paper, lint roller, and then your sublimation prints. Now these are sublimation ink printed on a sublimation printer on sublimation paper. And let's take a look in Canva at how I made my design. I will note that the baseball frame that I'm using in my design, I do have available for free, and I'll have a link for you to download that in the description below this video. And then you'll also need a heat source of some type. So let's take a look at how to get this frame. So in Canva, I've uploaded both my free baseball frame as well as the image I want to use. And I'm just putting the baseball frame onto an 8.5 by 11 size canvas because my puzzle is smaller than 8.5 by 11. And then I'm just rotating it, resizing it to fit my particular puzzle. So you will need to measure your puzzle, make sure it's a little oversized so you have a little room there. And then I want to add my image to the center of this and have the baseballs around it like a frame. Now I don't want it to just be my plain image. I kind of want a torn look to the image itself. So I go ahead and go over and search for frames. There's a wide variety of frames in Canva. You can play with those, add different ones to your canvas, add your image, and see which one you like best. I ended up with this one that's straight on the sides and torn at the top and the bottom. Once you add your frame over onto your paper, then you just drag and drop your picture into the frame. Canva will do the rest. You can double click there and edit the picture. So I went ahead and made the picture a little bit larger to fit the frame better and moved it around. Now that the image is on there, as well as that cute baseball border that I wanted, I can go ahead and save this. So I save it as a PNG file, and I go ahead and move it up in quality so I get the best quality print that I can get. Now you can't print directly out of Canva, so I'm downloading here, and I'm going to use my Sawgrass printer, so I'm going to use Sawgrass Print Manager to print this, and I do have another video on that. When you open the package the puzzle comes in, you'll probably find something that looks like this. So you will find the puzzle itself, and it's kind of all stuck together. But you'll also find a cardboard piece that's with it. Do not toss this cardboard piece. We are going to use it during the sublimation process, and then you can toss it afterwards if you would like. The first thing you want to do is clean your puzzle. So I use a sheet off of my lint roller that I've used quite a few times, or if it's a new sheet, stick it to your shirt a few times, because you just want to brush it over this puzzle to clean it, and you don't want to separate the pieces of the puzzle itself. These cardboard puzzles can have moisture in them. The safest thing to do at this point is to kind of preheat the puzzle blank. You can hover the heat press over the puzzle, or you can close the heat press on the puzzle for about 5 to 10 seconds. This will just kind of remove any moisture from the blank. That is the safest way, and if you're having trouble sublimating puzzles, this might be your issue. Then after I've removed this from my heat press, it's cooled and everything, we can add it to our sublimation print. So we're just going to add it, the white side is the front. We're going to add it face down, and you can see that the back is kind of an off-white, and the back has a rough texture, whereas the front is very smooth and shiny, if you can see that. So we're just going to add this over our print and kind of locate it. Now, you do not want to tape to the back of this puzzle because your tape will damage the puzzle itself. That's where this cardboard piece comes in. We're going to lay the cardboard over the back of the puzzle, and we're going to tape the cardboard to the sublimation print. That way, our tape ruins this cardboard piece, which we can throw away later, and it does not ruin our puzzle. Now, I have tape on all 4 sides on the cardboard, not the puzzle itself. Then we're just going to grab some protective paper. We're going to flip this over. Now the protective paper will help with any stray ink that's around the outside, so we don't want to get that on our heat press. And then I go ahead and put a piece of protective paper over the top as well, just in case any of that stray ink comes out. And now we can head to our heat press to heat press this puzzle. We're heating these puzzles at 374 degrees for 70 seconds, and you do want a medium pressure. If you're having trouble with your sublimation puzzles, the pressure might be the issue. So be sure that you're pressing with medium pressure. And if you have like something like the auto press or an easy press that has a mat that has some cushion and give to it, you might want to go with the heat resistant mat that is solid and firm so that the puzzle doesn't kind of bend in on itself. So if you have light spots in your puzzle, either the pressure or the mat you're using under the puzzle when using your heat press might be the issue. So once we've sublimated this puzzle, we can lift up our heat press, remove it with heat resistant gloves, and I'm going to move it to a heat resistant mat to allow it to cool a little bit, and then we'll peel back that sublimation print. Then we can remove the protective paper and then just peel away your sublimation print. You might find it easier to flip it over to the back here. And I'm probably just going to discard this cardboard piece, but you could definitely reuse it if you needed to. So there is my puzzle. Now, because these are a chipboard or a cardboard puzzle, then I might want to let it cool flat. So a lot of times I put that under a heat resistant mat, set something on top that's heavy, and allow it to cool completely in the flat condition. So if you have trouble with the puzzles sort of bowing, that's one tip for you. And once your puzzles cool completely, you can give it just like this as a gift, or you can take it apart into pieces, put it in a decorative bag, and give it like that. So you can see these are easy to take apart. And again, you can get these puzzles in a wide variety of sizes, as well as shapes. I've seen circles, I've seen hearts, I've seen different shapes as well. So just kind of decide the look you're going for, order some sublimation puzzles. These would make a great gift for Mother's Day, Father's Day, or I've given them to kids as well. Kids really like it, especially with their picture on it like this one. So definitely consider these for your sublimation gift giving. Now I have a cute sublimation photo puzzle. Now these make amazing gifts for just about any holiday or just a just because gift. So I have made these many times actually. So I've made them for like gifts for anyone from children to adult. You could make like announcements with this. So like maybe you are announcing that you're pregnant or something like that. You could make little puzzles for that. You could make like wedding save the dates. You can make little puzzles to ship in the mail. There are tons of ideas with sublimation puzzles that you can do. So not just a photo, but tons of other ideas as well. So if you love puzzles, you love sublimation, like I do, I love both of those things, you can combine them into this one craft idea. So hopefully this helps you make tons of puzzles. And remember, for the baseball border, I do have that file in the description below this video. Head there, sign up, get the baseball pattern, and put your image over the top if you would like to make sort of the same looking puzzle that I have. So hopefully this helps you. If it does, give us a thumbs up. If you have any questions about making sublimation puzzles, ask those in the comment section below. And if you haven't already, head on over to our YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. We have videos just like this one every single week, and trust me, you don't want to miss any of those. So thank you all so much for joining me. I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.